Donuts, you love them. I know Gordon Ramsay loves donuts, but if you've been playing Mega Dimension DLC for Pokemon Legends ZA, odds are you love donuts. Donuts are the new premier shiny hunting method, and today I want to see exactly how far I can take the power of a singular donut. That's right, this is how many shinies can I get from one donut. First off, if you aren't super familiar with donuts in Legends ZA, they are the key to unlocking a hyperspace. This can have a random assortment of a set type of Pokemon. You make these donuts and get random effects based off the ingredients used. For shiny donuts, we're specifically looking to make that sweet number as high as possible. Then we're looking for sparkling power level 3 of whatever type you want. You can make a hard save at a Pokemon Center, then reset these donuts until you get exactly what you want. And that brings us to the first step of preparations. We need optimal donuts for finding high quantities of shinies in a hyperspace. So naturally, we need a level 3 sparkling power, but we also need encounter power level 3. At first, I thought the encounter power was tied to the amount of Pokemon in an area, but I learned it actually affects the respawn time of the Pokemon you catch or knock out. Either way, this is a must for this video. And the third effect doesn't matter. It'll probably just interact with the size of the Pokemon we hunt, which is irrelevant for me right now. Another important factor here is I'm looking to hunt in a 1-star hyperspace. That way we have the max time for shiny hunting available. So I need sparkling power level 3 for one of these specific types. So I started grinding for the specific types. I got really lucky. After about an hour into making donuts, I got a level 3 sparkling all types and level 3 encounter power donut. Over the course of the next few hours, I got 2 more encounter level 3 sparkling level 3, but they were of types that I don't have a level 1 hyperspace for, so they were kinda useless. But eventually I got a dark level 3 encounter level 3, and now I have 2 donuts to test this for variance. I wanted to do it 3 times, but I underestimated how long this would take. Even more than the 4 hours it took finding perfect donuts, I still need to do the actual hunt. I thought it would maybe take an hour or so to run through a whole donut in a level 1 hyperspace. I was painfully wrong. It took about 4 hours to fast travel through an entire donut's time. And keep in mind, this was on a Switch 2, so it would take a lot longer with loading screens if you did this on a Nintendo Switch 1. So yeah, the hunting portion of this video took me like 8 hours, and it was pressing the start button, then the A button twice for 15-20 minutes, then going and catching a couple shinies. Anyway, prep out of the way, here we are. I've got the perfect donuts and the know-how to tackle this task. Let's hunt. This is an area that has Nickit, Houndour, and Sandile. Nothing I really care about, so it's purely for the video. Oh, I forgot to mention, I was also looking for this specific zone, the small hyperspace, where the fast travel sees the entire area. This lets me fast travel spam and reset every Pokemon in the zone, which was 4 clusters of 3 to 4 Pokemon, getting around 15 checks every time I fast travel. Normally, a Pokemon takes 3 real-life minutes to respawn in a zone, but with encounter power level 3, it reduces this respawn rate to 30% of its normal time. So checking every 15 minutes or so lets them respawn and continue rolling checks. A piece of me thought it may be better to catch a shiny Pokemon every time one spawned in, but that would spend a lot of my calories on my donut, which is basically just a timer, since the calories don't roll down during menuing or loading times. So I felt like resetting for a while seemed a lot faster. Well, no more slow rolling. Here's how many shinies I got from one donut. 66 shiny Pokemon. This is a lot higher of a number than I expected. One time I went through an entire donut hunting a shiny alpha Tinkaton, and I got like 15 shinies, but that was a level 4 hyperspace, which was probably about a fourth of the overall time. Although, to be honest, I wasn't trying that hard to get a high quantity, and I didn't have level 3 encounter power. But I did leave that hyperspace with like 9 Aerons. But that's nothing compared to the 40 Houndour I now have. When I was telling some of my friends about this video, their guess was like 30 or 40 shinies. But to be honest, like I said, I got 15 from a 4-star with not even trying. So a piece of me felt like 66 wasn't even that high. But scientific method or whatever, so let's go a second time. Unfortunately, I rolled hyperspaces for a while and eventually gave up on finding something really cool and settled for a similar hyperspace, which also had Houndour in it. So more Houndour, here I come. But I did actually want an Alolan Meowth, so I knew I would get something out of this. and I planned on giving away a lot of these shiny Pokemon on Facebook or something, and Sableye is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, so it felt right to have a ton of him to give away. So this is the zone I'll spend the next 4 hours pressing a few buttons in, so let's just do it. I already explained the entire method in depth, so I guess I'll just cut to the end of this one. 43. Only 43 this time. Same method, same amount of checks, just high variance in this whole shiny hunting thing. After getting 43 in 66, I really felt like I wanted to do another donut for a third time to see if 66 was a high roll or 43 was a low roll. But to be honest, Mewgenix comes out tomorrow, so I don't really want to work on this video for a bunch of days. Before I fully finish this video, I do want to add just a couple of things. Without any alpha power on my donuts, I only found one singular shiny alpha Pokemon. It was this Houndour. I really wanted one of the Meowth to be alpha. That would have been cool. Also, I'm a little sad that I did more Houndour. Why do I have 70 Houndour now? I don't want them. I'm also kind of curious on how many shinies you can get in a level 4 hyperspace. That's something that I'm willing to try out, but maybe not for a little while, because like I said, Mewgenix. Anyway, final summary. It took me 4 hours to make the donuts and 8 hours to hunt, but only in 2 donuts, I got 109 shinies. 2 donuts, 12 hours. Those numbers are a little weird, and I'm gonna call it here. 66 feels like a stupidly high number, and I'm pretty happy with it. But please let me know in the comments if you've done this before or seen someone do this before and got a way higher number. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.